Hello friends, long time no see. Literally because we are all been in quarantine, but also long time no see through the internet. Today I wanted to do a ab focused workout, something that you could run a few times through if you wanted to, something that you can do on its own or add on to another workout. But without further ado, let's lay all the way on down here. As most good ab workouts start is on our backs. Alright. And then an important part of engaging our core is, of course, finding our breath. So, bring your hands to your belly. Feel your tailbone drop a little bit heavier. And then give yourself a nice big inhale. Try to fill the belly, the ribs, everything up with air. And then as you exhale here, I want you to feel like you're wrapping a corset around your waistline, tying it in nice and tight. And then one more time like that, we're going to take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, belly button pulls to spine, hip bones draw in, waistline wraps. Alright, on your next exhale, gently tuck the tailbone, press the low back down into the mat. This is your tucked pelvis. And then we inhale back into our neutral spine, keeping the ribs heavy. Take just one more like that, feeling this articulation through the low back. Lengthening back into that neutral spine. Unless cueing otherwise, we are going to maintain this neutral spine the entire time. If you start to feel low back pain, I will give adjustments, but also you can always aim for a slight tuck. With that disclaimer said, we're going to float the arms up towards the ceiling here. And then bring the legs up into tabletop. Drop the shoulders heavy, maybe a slight tuck of that tailbone, low ribs knit in. Start to extend just the right leg out long. And then bend it back in. And then just the left. And then we bend it back on in. The lower you go with that leg, the more intense it's going to feel for those low abs. But again, if you start to feel your low back at any point, you aim nice and high. Try to keep the knee directly over the hip, the one that is not extending out. Alright, you'll start to extend the opposite arm back, and then bring it back on up. Try not to adjust the ribs here, so keep the low ribs knitting down and in. And are you breathing? Again, so important that we connect to our breath, especially when we do core work. That's how you're going to get to your transverse abdominals, a deep layer of core. No, I said it like it's an evil thing, layer. Let's keep going. For 3. For 2. And 1. Pause with the arms up towards the ceiling and the legs into tabletop. Bring the hands back behind the head, interlacing the fingers, elbows slightly to the ceiling. Nice big inhale. We exhale to fold at the low ribs, curl it on up, and then lower back on down. And up. And down. Gaze is towards the kneecaps. Keeping the back of the throat long. Think about engaging the arms to help you widen the shoulder blades across the back. For another 5, exhale to lift. 2. Very last one, curl up and hold it there, just hold. Drop the tailbone a little bit heavier. Maybe you move the knees slightly away from you. Curling a little bit higher. Chin slightly to chest. For 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Gentle rock side to side with the legs. Legs are going to find tabletop once again. Hands are going to come back behind the head, interlacing the fingertips. On your next exhale, you curl it on up. Once again, we extend a leg out long. Lower the head down, bend the leg in. And then other side. Chin drops slightly to chest. Never yanking on our neck, but rolling through the upper thoracic spine to curl up. Still using that exhale. Let's stay steady through the pelvis. For 3. For 2. Make sure you are nice and even. Hold the right leg out long when you get there. Lower it all the way down to the ground. We're going to flex both feet. So it's not cute, but it's effective. It's going to help us get the back of our legs working a little bit more. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, rotate to the left. As you come through center, keep your height. And then we rotate. Back through center, keep your height. Spiraling around the spine, drop that right hip nice and heavy. Use that exhale to rotate. Right, we rotate and pause it, taking little pulses up and up. For 4, you got it. 3, 2, hold it. Use those low abs, bring the right leg back on up. Point both toes. Nice big inhale, exhale, come back through center. Lower the head all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest for a second. Nice big inhale, we exhale, curl it back on up. Extend the left leg out long. Slowly lower it all the way to the ground. We flex the feet. Nice big inhale, exhale to curl over. And then bring it back. Try to keep the lift of the chest as you come through center. Should hear that breathing, hearing that exhale. Through the interwebs, I should hear it. Last 3. Drop that right hip long and heavy. 2. Ooh. Curl and hold for little pulses up and up. Can you pick that left shoulder blade off of the floor a little bit more? For 3. 2, hold it. Hover that left leg up, point the toes. Draw it in, hug the knees into the chest, lower it all the way on down. Hands come down by our sides, legs come back into that tabletop position. Actively press the armpits down, nice big inhale. We're going to exhale, reverse crunch. So you're going to start to roll the butt up and then lower it down. Keeping it really small. It's just a tiny lift of the pelvis. Try to resist the down part, so use your low abs. All right. When you lower down, extend the legs halfway out, just halfway. Pull them back in and back. Why are we going halfway, not all the way? I want to guarantee that we are keeping our abs engaged as much as possible. So there's never a point where we feel like we're losing that engagement because we're straining other places. All right, for 3, keep the back of the throat long. For 2, nice and small. 1, hold those legs in tabletop. Bring the arms back up towards the ceiling. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling. We curl on up and then reach up. And up. Hips are still heavy. Not straining the neck. Think about lifting underneath the armpits. Straight legs if you can. I know it's tricky. For 3, 2, 1. Curl it on up and hold. Lower the legs away from you just a little bit. Curl a little bit higher. For 3, 2, 1, hug the knees into the chest. Little rock side to side. We're going to rock and roll it all the way on up here. Come through into an all fours position. Because it's not a core workout unless you get that plank on. So, we're going to drop to the forearms because we're going to keep it a wrist-friendly workout today. If you want to come up onto your hands, you can always do that as well. Walking the feet back. Take your time to set up. You're splitting that mat in half using the forearms. Belly button pulls to spine, pull the breastbone forward. Little lift of the kneecaps. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, I want you to round the spine up towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, you're going to come back through into a neutral spine. So think of it like a cat-cow. And if you need to take a cat-cow in place of this exercise, please listen to your body. As you tuck the upper part of the spine, press the floor away for 3. Keep the legs engaged for 2. Round the spine, drop the knees, sit back into a child's pose for a moment. A little rock side to side. We got our last thing here, rolling it on forward. Come back down onto those forearms. Again, or hands if that's where you're at. We bring the legs back. As you round the spine up, you're going to draw the knee to the nose. Place the foot down, bring it back through. Use those low abs, feel them turn on to drag the knee. Use the upper abs to help dome the upper back. For 3. For 2. Evening it on out. Hold that plank for 4. Pull the elbows back. 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down. Sit it back into a child's pose. Make sure you're releasing the neck here. Let any tension drip from the shoulders, the jaw, the hips even. Nice and slowly we bring it back on up. And you guys are all set. I am out of breath. I feel my core. I hope you do as well. Again, feel free to do this as many times as you want. Pair it with another exercise to make it full body. And yeah, just keep those cores going. Stay strong, guys, and I'll see you soon. We're going to take our arms, reach them all the way up overhead. Make like a little Charlie's Angels gun with your fingers. And then side bend up and over. Come back through center and then up and over the other side.